Okay, I just first want to start this out by saying in no way am I defending a multi-billion-dollar company, okay? I just need you guys to watch and listen objectively and for what this video is, okay? Got it? The absolute insanity that the Marvel Rivals fanbase has brought on because of the new skin customization is, well, insane. Not only are players upset about how much the recolors cost, they're also upset that you have to buy the base skin in order to buy the recolor skin, and they think that you should just have it for free. Which I do fully understand, okay? But let's take a look at other games. First up, we have Overwatch. They will, and they have charged full price for recolors. Maybe the worst culprit of it, let's look at Apex. Not even mentioning the absolute insane amount of recolors that they have for almost every single skin. They genuinely charge the same, if not more, for a recolor of that skin. And don't even get me started on the heirlooms. To get the recolor of an heirloom that you already own, you have to spend the same amount of heirloom shards to get the new variation. And as we all know, heirloom is 1 in 500 packs. So you would have to spend up to $500 just to get a chance at getting a recolor of an heirloom that you already own. And the final offender of charging extra for recolors is none other than Valorant. Yes, you can earn Radiantite in the Battle Pass. However, when you buy a skin, there's literally no effects. You actually have to pay money to get the skin that was advertised. And say you want a different variation of the skin that was advertised. Guess what? You have to pay more money to get Radiantite to get another recolor. Considering what's going on with other games, I think we're pretty lucky on Rivals. Do I think that 600 lattice is expensive for what it is? Yes, absolutely. I think that 200 to 300 lattice is way more reasonable considering you have to purchase the base skin to get any of the variations. Is another currency annoying? Yes, absolutely. They definitely just should have used units or just straight up lattice for the customizations. But I'm sure in Season 3 Battle Pass, they're gonna replace some of the useless sprays that quite literally nobody uses with this new currency. I'm sure that those were just placeholders until they dropped all this customization stuff. So technically, you will be able to get the new customizations for free if you do already own the base skin, if they include it in the future battle passes, which I think is a really good system and I think they should do. Also, you have to remember that Rivals is a free game. No one is forcing you to buy the recolors and nobody is forcing you to buy the base skin as well. That is a personal choice that you make on your own. From Season 1 alone, Rivals has given out 10 plus free skins. So if you haven't spent a dime on Rivals, you would have 10 skins for free still, which is so much more than other companies give out. They even did a Venom bundle for $2.99 where you got a skin, some sprays, a banner, a really cool emote of Venom twerking, and also a costume coin that you could use in the shop to buy almost any skin. Literally 2 skins for $2.99. Yeah, companies will do Twitch drops every once in a while for a free skin, but what? How many skins on Overwatch, Apex, Valorant, League, Rocket League, anything? How many have they given out in the past 6 months? I bet you can count it on one hand. Rivals genuinely loves their community and they listen to you and they want to give you as much free stuff as possible so you can enjoy the game to the fullest. They are quite literally adding 2 skins to the shop every single week. That's insane. And then they're also pushing up their timeline to add a hero every single month starting in Season 3. Which is crazy. At this point, I just think people love to complain. They just really like hearing the own sound of their voice. Again, I'm not defending a billion-dollar company, but I just think it's a little silly to get so up in arms about skins in a free game that you literally do not have to purchase. I will say it again, you literally do not have to purchase. Anyways, how about those ranked lobbies? How are Season 2 ranked queues going for you? Bad? Me too. I genuinely don't know what they did to fuck up matchmaking so much, but it is so miserable. Last season, Season 0 and Season 1, I was able to easily solo queue all the way up to GM1 and Celestial in Season 1. no problem. Like literally no problem. Yeah, I had days where I had like big loss streaks and stuff, but I always came back. And I understand that the less than 50% win rate had a factor to that. And did I play amazing every single match? No, but my games this season, I am trying so hard, and I'm plat 2 right now, I think. And I genuinely cannot climb. I win 2 and I lose 2. I win 4 and then I lose 4 and I'm right back where I started. I've had games where I literally went 31-2 plus 16 points. And then I had games where I was on support and I had 40,000 healing, 10k damage, a positive KD, like 45 assists, and I got like a plus 20. And then I'll have games where I'm on DPS and I just don't do shit because DPS, I don't really like playing DPS, it's not my main role. And I'm only like, let's say it's on a win, okay? And I'm only like 20 and 12, okay? And then I get plus 32. How does that make sense? How do I get plus 16 on a game where I'm tank and I go 31-2, and then I get plus 32 on a game where I'm DPS and I'm only 20 and 15? It just genuinely makes no sense to me. And don't even get me started on the absolute rock munchers that I've been getting in my team. I'm telling you, the other day, I almost stopped playing Rivals completely. I had 3 throwers in a row. 3 throwers in a row. Like, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, genuinely, like, I feel like they need to refund RR at this point. Like, review game footage and refund RR, because it's actually ridiculous. And it is taking the quality of game and going like, it's just not fun sometimes, okay? And yes, I do have really good ranked days. I have ranked days where all my teammates are nice. They don't hate women. They don't hate women. But then I have other games where I have people gang up on me because I'm a woman and they spam report me for being a woman. Like yesterday, for instance, I had this game, okay? Nobody's locked in a character, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna play Squirrel Girl because I like playing Squirrel Girl, and I know she's not the best character, but there's a couple maps where she thrives on, okay? Tight corners, lots of easy kills, free pickings, okay? So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna play little Squirrel Girl. 3 other people lock DPS, and I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. They then say over the mic, can you swap to support E-Bagel? And I said, no, but you can. You would think I said something crazy, right? Start yelling at me, start being like, we need a dive, blah, 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 blah. Literally just start yelling at me for no reason. And then they're like, why don't you swap, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, now that you're yelling at me, I really am not gonna swap. Okay, that was your first mistake. So they're still yelling at me. Then they tell me to, they tell me that. And I'm like, yeah, now I'm really not gonna swap. So I mute every single one of them. They get the other team to gang up on me. Okay, spam report me for throwing. Meanwhile, they're typing in chat, I hate women, get in the kitchen, blah, 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 blah. Misogynistic, racist shit. And I'm like, first of all, I'm white. First of all, I am white. And they're like, I just know you're a woman. Yeah, and I know that you are celibate and it's not by choice. Like, come on. Let's review the facts here, buddy. So, it's just like, it's those games that like genuinely make me not want to play the game anymore. And I'm like, what do you mean that you're gonna be mean to me because you wouldn't swap to support? I have no problem playing support, but the minute that you yell at me, I'm not gonna swap. I'm staying right on Squirrel Girl, dude. I will not swap. I will stand on business. Anyways, my point of this whole thing is that the throwers in Anyways, my point in this whole thing is that the epidemic of these awful rock muncher teammates is so bad that like I just don't really want to play the game that much. And I know that there's a lot of other people who feel the same way, who feel literally the exact same way and are definitely expressing the same frustrations as me. So I think, I don't know, I really don't know how to fix this, but I just think that people need to be better. I just really think you need to hold people accountable, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, maybe one day I'll get on a plat, maybe one day I won't, but thanks for listening to me, guys. Maybe subscribe or something. Okay, bye. See you later.